Alright guys, it's Drew back with some more StarCraft action from the BlizzCon tournament. As you can probably tell, I'm a little hoarse. I went to a volleyball game last night and yelled myself into oblivion because, you know, I'm obnoxious like that. So this is the other Winner's Bracket Semifinals game versus with Naniwa and NesTea playing against each other to face the winner of Select MVP. So, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the game. Alright, in the top right corner of Shkur's Plateau, we have in the, we'll call it powder blue Zerg, it is Incredible Miracles NesTea. And in the bottom left, in the green Protoss, we have Complexity's Naniwa. Now, Naniwa has skipped several tournaments as of late in order to better prepare for this tournament, so it'll be interesting to see how well he plays. I personally expect him to come out very strong, and on this map, with him, I would expect a forward fast expand. Let's see where this probe is going, and yeah, he's going to go ahead and throw a pylon down right there. And what a forward fast expand does is it is going to allow him to put a forge right here, gateway in this general area, and a cannon about here, and it's going to be able to get him. So he's going to be able to get up a fast nexus and be able to get a fast economy going versus NesTea. But NesTea, meanwhile, is actually going for, if I'm not mistaken, bring up the production tab, an 11 overpull. Which what this is going to do is he does the extractor trick to allow him to get out 11 drones, and then he builds an overlord, and then he just waits for 200 after that overlord and picks up the spawning pool that he just threw down right here. It is going to allow him to get out a little bit of earlier Zerglings than say a 15 hatch would, but it is also a little more, not quite as economically friendly as the 15 hatch would be. He is from here though going to just drone up out of his mind until the spawning pool finishes. What that spawning pool really does allow him also is it allows him to get out an extra queen, or a earlier queen rather, which will allow the production a lot earlier. It'll be interesting too to see for Naniwa what he goes with first. Will he go ahead and throw in that forge first? Will he go gateway first? Will he go nexus first? And yes, I have seen a gateway first forge fast expand. It was a little weird, but I think it was I can't remember who I saw it from, but they got out some really early zealots. It looks like Naniwa though did throw the nexus down first, which is a little bit dangerous because he's going to get that cannon a little later. So if NesTea, and his spawning pool is done now, so if he does just mass produce Zerglings, he would be able to get in there and do some serious damage. And Naniwa going to do a little tomfoolery down here. He tried to delay NesTea's hatchery. NesTea is sitting down 2 Zerglings to deal with it. Sorry about that. I'm actually trying to drink some tea so my throat can make it through this recording. And NesTea throwing down the hatch. Naniwa was not able to get in the way. I actually tried to record this last night, but about 2 minutes into the game I realized that I was not going to be able to record it because my voice was cracking every 3 words, and I couldn't even really talk. You couldn't really understand what I was saying, so I did have to scrap that and bring it to you now though. Oh, that's actually quite smart by Naniwa. Just a little delay right there, sending that probe out. So try to delay the Zergling a little more. That cannon is going to pop up just as the Zergling gets there. That's a little bit annoying for NesTea, but he does now scout the forward fast expand, and what I expect him to do is actually go ahead and take a quick third base right here. See a lot of Zergs do it nowadays on facing a forward fast expand. They usually throw it down at right about the 5-minute mark, somewhere in that range. Because with the Protoss here, forward fast expanding, cannot get up a big army, so they can't really pressure, and so the Zerg might as well just go ahead and take that third base, stay 1 base ahead. And yeah, here he comes, throwing down that third base. NesTea doing the intelligent thing, as always, one of the most cerebral players in StarCraft 2. He is also, like his teammate MVP, a 3-time GSL Codex champion, and so expect him to make all the right moves. You can also expect him to do is drone up like a madman. He is one drone ahead currently on a forward fast expand, which is fairly impressive. Being that Protoss rather does have Chrono Boost. Looks like Naniwa is actually going to get out some quick it's like ground weapons 1. That could be very interesting if you can get some zealots out there pretty early against a Zergling defense. Then could be very powerful. Do a lot of damage. Let's go ahead and see the worker supply count. NesTea is still slowly getting the lead. He does have a 4 advantage now. It's actually very impressive to watch an NesTea drone. He gets a lot of drones in a hurry. He always knows when to drone and when not to. What we also see that NesTea did is he actually did connect his main and natural with creep. So few Zerg players on the professional level we see do that now. It's vital importance. Especially against the fortress expand, because of what a lot of Protoss like to do is behind this throw down a Stargate right here, like right in this neighborhood, get some Void Rays up, do some Void Ray shenanigans. And if you have creep connected, you can actually get all your queens together a lot better, and you can get a better defense. Roachhorn though is going down now for NesTea, and wow, I didn't even notice that a robotics facility came up. He did a forward fast expand into a 1-gate robo. It's fairly impressive. Should be able to get a lot of immortals here, if that's what he wants to continue making them. Could get a lot of Colossus out too if he wants to transfer into that. 3 more gateways coming up here, and looks like a warp gate. Warp gate is around 2/3 done. He's chrono boosting that out. He's now chrono boosting up the ground weapon. See if he can get it out a little bit faster. NesTea is just now beginning to saturate his 3rd base. Let's take another look at that worker supply, and he's now 10 workers ahead. That is quite impressive. I believe he will continue to expand that number in the future. He is now making a batch of 11 roaches for defense, and it actually could be fairly well timed as the warp gates are now just starting to come out. And a couple sentries already out for some force fields. But those roaches should give NesTea a well-timed defense, as the push from the Protoss here in Naniwa will be coming fairly soon. Now NesTea taking these 2 gases before he takes 2 gases in his natural. I'm just going to trust NesTea because he's better than I am, so yep, apparently that's just the right thing to do. He is, as we say, the god of Zerg, and if you believe Tastosis, then you probably believe that he can't even do anything wrong ever. Naniwa is now beginning to push out, and Zergling speed is now done. These roaches are here. Armor 1 coming up from the Protoss opponent, Naniwa, and Zerg melee attack coming up first for Naniwa, or NesTea rather. That'd be interesting if Naniwa could get that. But we have seen a lot of this with heavy Zergling defenses recently in IPL, and oh, good force fields from Naniwa, being able to separate a lot of that army. And the Immortals, ooh, donating some roaches, continuing to spread out those roaches. Those Immortals are going to absolutely wreck those roaches. And oh, and they do get caught up by Zerglings. And let's see. Oh, this sneaky probe is actually limiting the amount of Zerglings that can hit that Immortal, just allowing that Immortal to get a few more shots off. Very cool little micro trick there by Naniwa. But he is now very down. NesTea has a massive supply lead, 40 supply lead on Naniwa. It could have gone a little better. NesTea, 11 drones popping. Oh my goodness, 22 worker supply advantage right now for NesTea. 3, and he is going to go ahead and take his 4th. He kills that little push and says, okay, your army's dead, I'm going to go ahead and take a 4th. Because as the ever-intelligent Artosis always says, when you're ahead, get more ahead. He's going to be a 4-base on 2-base situation here, and Naniwa is going to be hard pressed to keep up with NesTea's production on 4 bases. His blink is about to come out, and the armor upgrade should finish just before this engagement. Ooh, he does pick off 3 roaches with those force fields. Force fields maybe could have been a little better, but you can't argue with 3 roaches. See, very smart pylon here, being able to warband onto the low ground when he needs to. He is chrono boosting on Blink right now. He is working on, is that six gates right now. He's now also chrono boosting out Protoss ground weapons 2. So he is going to have a slight upgrade advantage on NesTea, who immediately once melee attack 1 finishes goes to melee attack 2. So we will see a heavy Zergling force here from NesTea most likely. Galil reconstruction, the roach speed is now popping as well. Spire is about 3/4 of the way done for NesTea. It'll be interesting to see whether he's not necessarily taking up to Hive, so he could actually be going there for some mutas. Mutas are not only effective against harassment with Terran. A lot of people, that's what they think about. They don't really necessarily think about mutas when playing against Protoss. But because of the nature of the Protoss army, how you can't really separate it, it's not really a mobile army necessarily. You can get in the back of bases if the army's in the front and just harass. There's not a lot of Protoss can do. Mutas can actually be extremely annoying. It looks like Naniwa, will he push up into that 3rd? He's dropping down an offensive pylon there. Just catching a few Zerglings on the back end of that army. So let's see what this probe does. You might want to put it in the back there so he doesn't get sniped off. But NesTea is still 63, 67, increasing supply ahead. Naniwa warps in some more units. And he is going to push up here. Blink is now done. See if he blinks up into the spine crawlers. There he goes. Blinks up into the spine crawlers. Going to take them out. And, well, he's just going to go for this counterattack. He's not going to try to defend, so he will lose that 3rd hatchery. And let's actually see. No, Naniwa does not see that 4th base, so that 4th base could survive unless Naniwa goes up in there. The cannon does fall, but he does force field out. That Zealot on hold position. That is a hero Zealot right there, ladies and gentlemen. Killing a lot of Zerglings. Ooh, and the Forge goes down before the upgrade, and Naniwa now pushing, after killing that, pushing up into the natural expansion. Mutas are beginning to pop for NesTea. He is getting out the flyer attack. Zerg melee attack about to finish. 2 more gates coming up for Naniwa. He will be on 8 gates. That is very, very powerful. This macro hatch is looking like will fall, as will the natural, and boom, there. Very, very smart play there by Naniwa, force fielding out the army. So he just can have a field day in here, killing off the economy of NesTea. NesTea is still somehow ahead in supply. And let's see the energy on these sentries. There's pretty good energy on him, so he could force field. I think he's got 3 or 4 more force fields. NesTea is actually now supply blocked, killing a lot of overlords. Actually opting to target overlords. And he's not really microing this force. Could definitely be attacking this hatchery instead. Naniwa pulls back in a regroup here. See if he can push in. Naniwa blinking around. Natural expansion dead, and here come the mutas. He looks like he's gonna wait for that flyer attack 1 to right before it's about to pop, and he goes in there. And the sentries do not have a lot of force fields left. These sentries in the back, though, they have a couple left. I think they still have about 4 force fields left, so we could force field those roaches a little bit more. But those, oh man, these mutas are going to work. 17 mutas in there. You got stalkers in the back shooting at nothing. Not very well microed here from Naniwa. And it looks like NesTea will be able to hold this off. Significant damage done by Naniwa to the economy of NesTea. But NesTea, he did have this 4th base that Naniwa did not see, did not kill when he could have. But that all wiped out. Let's see the damage. And oh wow. 40 drones now for NesTea. How many did he kill? 53 workers killed from Naniwa. Good night. Wow, so that could significantly affected as these last couple zealots are cleaned up. But 53 workers killed by Naniwa. That is an impressive number, to say the least. However, still only on 2 bases. It is 2 base versus 2 base, and NesTea still has a 30 supply lead. Naniwa not looking very good in this game, actually. Making a lot of micro mistakes. Things that I would not expect him to do. He is just, I don't see a Templar Archives. I don't see a Robotics Bay. Just staying very heavy gateway, not really taking up to those T3 units. NesTea, it looks like he's going to come in and harass with these mutas while setting up for an attack if the army is to go back with these roach circling. He does start flyer attack 2 as well. More mutas popping. He is rebuilding his natural now. To tell you the truth, I don't know if he will rebuild a base here because he does already. He will already be on 3 bases. So as long as he can limit Naniwa to not being able to take another base, and he should be in good shape. Let's see what we got coming out here. Naniwa just making some cannons in his base, warping in units when he can. He probably feels right now, knowing Naniwa's mentality about the game, he probably feels pretty helpless right now. Like he's just gonna have to all in at some point. And with the way he's playing, not even really trying to go out and take a third, it looks like he will have to all in at some point. The question will just be when. Muta's still just picking away, being annoying, making the army stay in his base, not letting him come out and stake a claim to a third base. NesTea's so good at this, not letting his opponent do what they want, being very, very, very annoying. And okay, here comes the push from Naniwa. His army is out of his base. Maybe it's not the push. A little bit of lag there, but it's all good. And the mutas, how many mutas are over here? We do have 18 mutas over here. Being annoying. More mutas coming to join him. That's going to be 6 more. Going to have a total of 24 mutas. And actually, there's one up here too. I'm not really sure what he's doing. Mutas denying the vision on those towers, not letting Naniwa see what's going on. Must be very scary playing a player like NesTea when you don't get to see what's going on. Supply is actually fairly close after that attack for Naniwa, where he killed 3 hatcheries total. And it looks like NesTea is just gonna fall back, make Naniwa engage him on creep. There's not an observer with this army, so we cannot pick off creep tumors. And oh, it looks like, yeah, Naniwa, he actually could get sandwiched here. He's gonna come up and he is gonna try the same trick that he did earlier. He's gonna blink up and let's see how good the force fields are. He's gonna try to force field out some of the army, and the force fields could have been better. That one lone stalker getting picked off, and this is really just oh, this is not good. You do not want to see these zealots caught in the back here, not really doing anything. You got stalkers not really shooting anything. The Muta's doing a whole lot of damage. Zerg Flyer Attack 2 about to pop, and once that pops, I think this is just going to be over. These roaches on the low ground are still being force-fitted out, but Naniwa, move him away from the edge. Move him out of the range. The roaches are just hitting him from behind. Spine Crawler doing a lot of damage, and just, again, tries to push in. NesTea slams the door in his face and says, no, no sir. And just NesTea looking very, very good, looking like the god of Zerg that he is called. Naniwa still, during that attack, not taking a third base. Even if he just tries to sneak it up here, at this point you have to do something. You're seeing that he's holding off all your attacks. You need to try something. Just saving up for an all-in isn't necessarily the best thing, especially against a player like NesTea, whose macro is just so perfect. You know he's going to have more units than you. NesTea's still making drones. Naniwa not even making anything. He's just waiting for the he's actually just, what is he? He has 51 probes. He says, I'm done making probes. I'm just gonna make army. Not making any more buildings, not trying to expand, not trying to do anything. Just warping in all the units he can. NesTea gonna put some spine crawlers out in the middle of the map. And oh, we do see probes getting pulled by Naniwa, feeling like he's trapped in a corner. Gonna just have to all in. Maybe thinks that NesTea took this third base up here, and ooh, that is not a good angle for Naniwa at all. NesTea just gonna come in, clean it up, and it looks like NesTea is gonna take game one. Naniwa did not play like I expected him to, but he does leave the game there. GG from Naniwa. NesTea taking game one, and Naniwa did not play as well as I expect him, but we'll see how well he can play in game two. Now game 2 will be on the channel as soon as I can get it up. I'm just gonna go make some tea, and I'm actually thinking I'm gonna go ahead and record that right after that. But so if you like the commentary, just go ahead and give it a like, give it a little thumbs up there, leave a comment, and lets me know that you guys actually like it at all. Go ahead and subscribe, because I'm planning on doing a lot more of these, because I'm actually, to be honest, I'm having a lot of fun. And as always, just thanks for watching. And well, I'll see you guys next time.